this is Dr. Albury Gardner. This morning I'm going to show you how to prep the fruit, bananas and apples, preparing it for your smoothie, the things you can do ahead of time and the things you can't do ahead of time. We've got bananas and they've already started to spot. We don't want them any riper than this when we're physically freezing up the bananas. We want to break them apart in individual pieces for banana. We'll be storing them in a Ziploc bag and freezing them. Over the years we've had one patient that froze the banana whole. You don't want to do that because it makes a gritty mess in the blender. So first thing you want to do is just peel it and pull out all the extra skins. If there's any overripe spot or dark spots, you want to physically take that off. This banana is a little bit overripe, and you want to have it ripe but not overripe. This one's much better looking, and we'll do 4 or 5 bananas here, and break them in about thirds. If they're small halves, so literally it doesn't take but just a couple of seconds to prep the bananas. Most of the time you don't have to cut much off. Today there's a couple of pieces that have to be cut off. And then break it into thirds. And a batch of bananas can be prepped in just a couple of minutes here. Then take a Ziploc bag and then drop it in the refrigerator, in the freezer. When you're making the smoothie, you usually want to use some frozen fruit to help maintain the temperature in the blender or in the Vitamix, so that it doesn't get over 100 degrees. When the temperature gets over 100 degrees, you physically will start to destroy some of the enzymes. You need to get a little bit of air out of the bag, and that's ready to go in the freezer. Alright, the next piece that we're going to do is prepping an apple. In the apple, the first thing you want to do is take off the label, and you want to buy organic apples, unwaxed, and just lightly wash it. Then you use an apple core, one of the pie slice pieces. So you take and slide it down over the top and core the apple, just pushing straight down on it. When you pull the apple up, you want to look back at the core. You want to make sure that there's no bruising or damage in the fruit. There's just a little piece. Now you don't prep the apple ahead of time. You prep it right before you physically use it. And you want to cut out the top of the core and the bottom of the core. Sometimes there's bugs that are in there. You need to just make sure there's nothing physically in it. But you can use the hard core, the seeds, all that can be used. And just make sure the ends are just cleaned up just slightly. Alright, so then that would be the apple, the whole apple used in a smoothie.